Hey guys, in today's video we're trying out an idea suggested to us by Todd Crowell, who wants to know if we can make a ninja ball full of ooze. Here's the basic plan. We already know how to make a ninja ball using flour as filling, but we're going to try mixing up a batch of our ooze and seeing if we can fill the balloons with that instead. Will we get the same type of ninja ball? Will it have the same squishing properties, or will we find something else? First off, let's run through a refresher course on how to make the standard flour-filled ninja balls. We've got a bottle with a fairly wide neck at the top and then a regular water bottle that I've cut in half. Let's use a measuring cup and add 3/4 of a cup of flour into our bottle. Now, by tapping our funnel bottle, all of the flour will drain down into the wide-necked bottle. With our 3/4 of a cup of flour in our wide-necked bottle, we now need to blow up a balloon just a little bit. It doesn't need to be very full. That'll work. Once we've blown it up, we want to twist it about 4 times to really make sure that the neck is pinched off and no air can escape. After twisting, we want to stretch the neck of the balloon over the neck of the bottle, at which point we can let it untwist so we've just got equal pressure inside the balloon and the bottle. Once we're at that step, we can hold the neck in place, flip the bottle upside down, and start squeezing the flour down into the balloon. Let's pinch off the neck of the balloon and remove it from the bottle, and then slowly begin to let out the extra air. At this point, all of the flour is light and fluffy and full of air, so if we're not careful, some of that flour could just start shooting up out of the neck of the balloon like this. We don't really want that to happen. We want our flour to stay in the balloon. So once all the extra air is gone, pinch the balloon off and then start squeezing the flour around inside the balloon. This will help remove any excess air, and we can then let that escape out of the top. Once we have all of the extra air squeezed out of our balloon, we need to cut the neck off. We'll probably have a little bit of flour spill when that happens, but that's not a problem. Now see, we've got our flour filling up our balloon. We now need to seal that in there so it doesn't leak everywhere. Let's grab another balloon of the same color and cut the neck off of it as well. We now need to take this second balloon, stretch the neck of it open, and wrap it all the way around the flour-filled balloon. The flour is now sealed inside and can't escape, but just to give it a little bit of extra strength and durability, let's take one more balloon and wrap that around as well. We now have a nice squishy ball that does this kind of weird thing where it almost holds its shape into what you squish it into. These are great as stress balls, or if you're learning to juggle, they work well for that. There's a final decorative element we can add, which is why we call them ninja balls. It's sort of a ninja mask for the stress ball. Let's take one more balloon of a different color, cut the neck off, and then cut some more holes in it that will allow us to stretch it over and give us a cool mask effect. One hole cut in the top, one in the bottom, one on each side, and then we can fold it in half and add a final cut. And we now have a balloon that's been sort of turned into a rubber ninja mask. We can stretch that over our ball, and we've now given our little stress ball something of a ninja mask. That is how you make the regular ninja balls using flour, and now we want to see if we can do the same thing but using slime rather than flour. Will it give us a similar texture? Will it still hold its shape when you squish them down? What's going to be the same and what is going to be different? First, let's mix up some ooze. We've got 1 cup of water. Now we need to add 1/2 teaspoon of borax. Next, we need 1/2 cup of water and 5 ounces of clear glue. Now this ooze is probably going to end up inside of a balloon, so whether or not it has color might not make a difference, but it's a lot more fun, so we're going to add some color. Also, adding the color helps you see when the glue and the water are mixed together, so that's another plus. That looks pretty well mixed, so now we need to combine our two. We've got our borax solution and our glue solution. These of course start mixing and forming our ooze very quickly. Gets to a point where it really just makes more sense to use your hands than a spoon. Now we need to figure out a way to get this slime inside of a balloon, and I think we're going to try mostly the same techniques, although I think we can probably cut out the water bottle funnel and just sort of force the slime down into the wide mouth bottle. All right, I'm just going to see if I can start pulling off pieces of our slime and letting them turn into sort of long stringy bits and fitting them down inside the bottle. Whew, one big old bottle full of ooze. That's pretty cool. Now we need to try and squeeze that into a balloon. Same method as before, we'll blow it up, twist it off, fit it over the neck of the bottle. Now we just have to hope that we can get our ooze out of the bottle down into the balloon. What's in the neck of the balloon? There's a little bit of ooze just sort of stuck there, and it's sort of dangling down into the main body of the balloon. All right, so my thought is that maybe we can fit more of the neck of the balloon over the bottle so it's just going directly into the wide part of the balloon. There we go, you can see the neck of the bottle is now entirely inside the balloon. Hopefully that'll let us squeeze our ooze more to where we want it. Get in there, ooze. That's a fun noise. Okay, that right there looks like about the right amount. I think we're gonna try this. Pretty similar in size. The ooze doesn't try and squeeze itself out the top like the flower does. Oh, now it's trying to escape. Stay in there, ooze. I need to get another balloon on there before it all escapes. I have to keep my finger on it until I get that other balloon on, otherwise it just decides I'm leaving and erupts out. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, this is definitely more troublesome with ooze than it is with flower. Flower isn't actively trying to escape all the time. Whew, I think I got it. That was tricky. And one more layer just for safety, which should be a lot easier since I no longer have to hold it in with one finger while I'm trying to do everything else with the rest of my hands. There we go, nice and contained. Now let's just give it a ninja mask. Preliminary results, we now have a ninja ball that is full of ooze. It's blue ooze, which might not make a difference inside the blue balloons, and we can compare that to our ninja ball full of flour, which is standard. They feel about the same, they weigh about the same, but even when I'm just lightly holding them, I can feel that there's a difference. The one made of flour feels solid until you really squish it, at which point it has an interesting give and kind of holds its shape after you've squished it. The ninja ball full of ooze has more give initially, and then when you squeeze it, it bounces back into shape a lot more. It doesn't stay flattened the way you can do with flour. You can see that the flour ninja ball really flattens out, and the ooze ninja ball just kind of bounces back. And speaking of bouncing, that's another pretty clear difference. The ooze ball bounces, whereas the flour ball just sort of stops dead, maybe has a tiny little bounce. The ooze ball is just, it's bouncy. I'm gonna make another one. Seems like a good size. Yeah, a little bit smaller than last time. It's actually a little bit smaller than our standard ones too, but I wanna see what the difference is between an overpacked ninja ball and the less packed ninja ball. And this one is still trying to squish it out. I was hoping that by having less, it would just stop trying to escape, but that's not the case. It's still trying to escape. Get back in there. Stay in there. So I still have to use one finger to hold it closed while I use the rest of my hands to prepare the other balloons. There we go, two different sizes of the ninja ball full of the ooze, and I'd say they react about the same. They feel about the same squishiness. They really have the more classic stress ball feel when you use the flour. When you use the ooze, you get, it's still a good squishy ball. Like, there's certainly nothing bad about that for squishing stuff. Still works for juggling. Curious how much I can get it to bounce. So I'm gonna try and throw it really hard. Got about 6 feet of bounce. Let's try the other one. Oh, that deformed it a little bit. We forced it out of some of its layers. Squished so hard that some of the layers of the balloon started pulling away in spots. Or it might have actually just started ripping. Ooh, I think it did. Yeah, it started ripping that away. I just want to step on it until it pops. Took quite a bit of effort. I thought it was going to be a little more fragile than that, but I basically had to jump on this to get it to pop open. So I think if you're just playing around with it, unless you're on really rough or scratchy or spiky surfaces, they'll probably be pretty durable. Todd Crowell, thank you for your idea to try using our Ninja Ooze in our Ninja Balls. If you check your YouTube inbox, we're sending you 25 bucks. And remember, if you've got a cool idea and we use it to make a video, we'll send you $25. So let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Guys, that's not all. We've got more for you to see. If you click the box up at the top, that will transport you directly to our last video. The box at the bottom will show you what YouTube thinks you should be watching next. And this bomb here in the middle will subscribe you to our channel so you never miss a video. Don't forget to ring that bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.